Hey there guys, so like I said in my last video, I do have my case in, Corsair 900D. I'm pretty stoked about it. It's a pretty awesome case. It's going to house everything I want it to, and I'm going to probably water cool it in the future, not yet, so I can't show you guys any cool like water cooling stuff yet because I'm still deciding what I want. But that's going to be a little bit down the road, so we're actually going to put the system together for now so I can actually use it in a case. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead with the unboxing here. Outside of the case, there's really nothing. It's a pretty nondescript cardboard box with some stuff on it. Really, it's multilingual. What would you do with all this room? And then on each side, normally I do each side in the video for you guys, but honestly, there's not really a whole lot. I guess I can actually show you the back side because there are some dimensions on the case. So if you guys look up here, you can actually see that it is 252 millimeters wide from side to side, 649.6 millimeters long front to back, and 691 millimeters tall from bottom to top. And you can see like a blowout view of the case here and all the bits that it comes with for the most part. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, nothing really on the sides, so I'll just go ahead and try and get this thing out of the box all by myself. Be warned, I did open this kind of earlier just to make sure that it wasn't damaged and everything, so it's kind of a fake unboxing. But okay. So, nice thick styrofoam padding on here. I mean, it's like 1.5 inches thick, pretty much every direction, top, bottom. Good stuff. Right away inside of here, there's just a, I guess it's an owner's manual type thing. I mean, it's a case. It's not really that hard to figure out. They do have like a what's in the box spec sheet. All the different screws and stuff you get. Stuff like that. You get some cable ties and whatever this is. Power extension cable for your 8-pin ATX. And yeah, so let's get this thing out of the case. By the way, if you hear any sounds of awesomeness from my cameraman, he's never seen this case before either, and it is pretty awesome, so yeah. Ugh, so here we go. Ugh, it's pretty heavy. Where I work, we actually sell these things, and I've been loading them up a whole bunch, and they're about 50 pounds each loaded. So that's that. Just put the styrofoam back in there for now, and before I get this box out of the way, there's one thing I wanted to show you guys, which is kind of just a size comparison between a couple of cases. So this is the 900D box. You can pan down and show them the whole box there. And then I recently just bought a Corsair C70 case, which is a mid-tower. And you can see the difference in the size of the boxes here. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. And the C70 is not a small mid-tower case, it's quite large. So the 900D is just gigantic. And let's actually get into the unboxing and kind of overview of the case itself. So you got the plastic bag around most of the case here. And I'll just bring that down. And out. Okay, so you can see Corsair paid a lot of attention to detail on keeping everything together on the front panel. So I'll show you first. They have some plasticky seal things on here, which I will now attempt to get off. There we go. And up here is your, there we go, all your ports. So you got microphone, headphone, two USB 3.0s, your reset little tiny button in the middle there, if you can see that. There's a little tiny button. Let me tip the case up so you guys have more lighting. So you can see that. And then this big button at the top here is your power button, the big rectangular one. And then there's the 4 USB 2.0 ports. So that's that. And then on top of the plastics, these little like plastic retainers that they have, just kind of like keeping everything together, they have, which you can kind of see here, on the aluminum pieces, they have these like protective plastics. And that's supposed to come off, just FYI. So don't worry about that. You can get the bottom one off. There we go. This just gives you access to your dust filters and such. I can get this all off here. And the plastics they have on this are really on there. It's almost like they use some kind of glue instead of just a regular sticky kind of tape adhesive. Anyway, so there's that. And yeah, this panel just clips on basically onto the front there. So don't worry, I didn't break it. And then yeah, all these top panels have something similar to keep that aluminum finish kind of protected. So yeah, I'll just get all of these off and come back to you when I have all of the stuff off. Like I was talking about before, basically this front piece comes off just by pulling on it. And it's a really nice like brushed aluminum. I don't know if you can see that on the video. And it's got this really nice brushed aluminum look to it. Corsair, just a nice plain Corsair badge at the bottom, no like spiffy special edition logo or anything like that. And it's got a nice heft to it, nice weight. And then on the back side here, there's basically a fan filter. And you just push, there's these two little like kind of solid pieces. I don't know if you guys will see the dimples on the camera. There's those dimples there. And you basically just push on the dimples. And then this just folds out basically. And then you're just given access to the 3 fans on the inside. These are all 120mm, I believe. They're basically the AF. I think they're the AF style fans, the Corsair AF airflow fans. So you get the 3 of those, and then the dust filter itself is basically just a like a mesh design, and it's got these little feet at the bottom here, and those basically just hook into the holes on the bottom of the case. So you just plop those back in like so, and then click, and then that's the front pretty much. That's the whole front of this behemoth of a case. Just get this out of the way here, and we'll go around to the kind of the boring side of the case for now. So I'm actually going to rotate it like so, and it's a black wall basically. There's not a whole lot there, but we're going to just take this front side panel off. So there's a button on the back here, which I'll show you guys later. I have to see it now because it's not really optimal lighting for that. So that panel comes off basically. You just click the button on the back and lift up and out. And I'll put that aside for now, somewhere, if I can find somewhere big enough to put it. Okay, and you guys can see in the top here the cable management that they have. They have all the grommeted holes. There's 6 sets running down the vertical, and then 2 at the bottom below where your motherboard would sit. Huge cutout here for attaching any kind of, literally any kind of back plate or bracket, whatever you want to call it, to a CPU motherboard socket. This is the 8-pin auxiliary extension cable that they give you. Just because this is such a tall, huge case, they're just assuming that your like power cables from your power supply aren't gonna be long enough to actually reach all the way up and then in here and then down to connect to your motherboard, and in all likelihood they aren't going to be that long. So that's good that they include that. Then right here, this is all the front panel cables that you've got running down here. They kind of nicely cable management in, and these are basically just brackets that they have that just undo, clip back in. They have 3 of these running down the case. And then they actually also have a ton of these zip tie down spots that just kind of stick out of the motherboard tray. You can see them here, 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 all the way up the side there. There's some here, here, here. They're actually utilizing this one, and I believe this one. Yeah. So you can cable management all you want to your heart's content with this case. Then you can actually see over here at the front of the case, there's the cable for one of the front fans, second front fan, and then the third front fan is going to be down there at the bottom too. And then you can see the back side of the one hard drive bay that is there. And then moving all the way down is the kind of bottom bay of the case. So there's a magnetic dust filter on the inside of that sleeve, or like door, whatever you want to call it. It's a sleeve on the door. And then there's this bracket here, which actually will come off and attach to the other side or this side, depending on what you want. And this is for attaching fans, or specifically actually radiators. And you can put up to a quad radiator down here in the bottom, which is what I'll be doing. And then just behind that, you've got the 2 more hard drive bays. This one is just a regular one like the one up top. This is one that's set up for hot swapping. So got the 3 hot swap bays right there, and then there's also the 3rd cable for the fans. And you guys can actually see over here, these are all the internal cables from the case, all the front panel stuff. Your 2 USBs, your HD audio, then all your button connectors, and your USB 3. So those are all down there as well, plus the 3 SATA connectors from the hot swap bay. So those are all there, and this just magnetically attaches back up like so. And I'll leave this side panel off, so when we get around to the other side, you guys can actually kind of see through. So the back of the case has lots of ventilation, basically. They have cut out pretty much everywhere you possibly can. You got this much room up here. That's like a power supply's worth of room just for like radiator hang down and fans and stuff like that are basically just hanging from the top of your case, because your motherboard actually starts here. This is just extra room. Motherboard starts here. You get your fan, 140, I believe it's a 140 millimeter fan on the back here. That's an AF style fan as well. And then you have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 expansion slots on the back here. So you can do like as many graphics cards as you want on any motherboard ever. So there's the 10 of those. More ventilation over here. You guys can actually see there's these odd shaped holes here. These were from when Corsair was experimenting with a tool-free expansion bay design. They gave up on that for whatever reason. Maybe they didn't like the way it secured the expansion cards in, and they just went with the regular screw route. But those are there. Kind of a nifty thing to know. Then down here at the bottom, you can see there's actually spots for 2 power supplies if you wanted. The main power supply, or sorry, this would basically be the main power supply one. Then the secondary one has just a cover that's vented as well, just for maximum airflow. And another thing to note is the inside here. You can actually see there's like an outside bezel to the case, and then there's the inside bezel to the case. The inside bezel is actually vented as well. There's little vent holes like this all along the inside edge, so you can get as much airflow as possible. It's like that on the front of the case as well, so that those 3 fans on the front can actually get some airflow. Yep, so that's pretty much the back. Moving on to the window paneled side. I'll show you guys. You just push the button, take off the panel again, and you got this huge, ginormous window here. That's just crazily huge. Ridiculous. Great for showing off whatever's in your case. Now you guys can see the tool-free 5 1/4 inch bays up here. You get 4 of them. Technically you get a 5th, but it's kind of taken up by your front panel stuff, and you can't really take that one out so much. And then you've got your hard drive bays down here. You can actually buy 2 more of these if you wanted and have up to 15 hard drives in this thing. It comes with spots for 9, 3, 6, 9. Like I said, these ones are hot swappable, and these are all movable. Basically the way it works is, if I open up this back panel here, there's some screws that I can't really access on that one, but on the top here, you can see here, they just slide out, and then you just have a hard drive bay. And if you close this back up again, you can see that you've got all that extra room if you wanted to put in like a radiator on the front of your case as well. So you could do a quad radiator on the side here, and then you could do actually a quad radiator on the top of the case, which I'll show you guys later. You can do a quad radiator up here. You got tons of room to do it. And then you guys can actually maybe see on the top here, it's got this nice textured design. It's got metal on the top here to kind of keep it secure, or, you know, rigid. And yeah, so you could do quad up there, quad on the bottom. You could, I've seen a triple go in the front before, but it's designed more for dual if you do put one in. And then you could even do a dual at the bottom as well, and a 120 or a 140 on the back. So you can have up to 4 or 5 radiators in this thing for water cooling, and it's just huge, gigantic case. So I'll just kind of slide this guy back in. I won't really re-secure it for now. And that's pretty much the whole case. So thank you guys for watching. Honestly, if you have any more questions, I think I covered pretty much everything about this case. If you have any more questions though, feel free to just reply to the video. I'll try and do my best to get back to you.